me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin the Believer.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi. Was that for me or them?
It was for everybody. Just
Okay.
welcome, and here we are.
You kind of have your sultry, late night radio
I
talk.
know, I can't help it. It's because I had a lot of fun this last weekend.
Oh, good. I did too, but I am shocked at how little hungover I was.
Wow, well, good for you.
Oh,
I
oh,
was very hungover
okay.
and also baked like 50 boob cupcakes.
Oh, yeah. You had a busier, more productive week than I did.
Whew, it was a lot to pack into one little weekend. A lot of people don't know this about me, but in a former life, I used to make genitalia cakes.
Yeah.
Which sounds strange, but it's not. I mean,
It was like personalized. So for my bachelorette party, she put it's a penis with a little Canadian flag on the balls, and then its
mhm.
cum was saying, "A."
A. I mean, you got to personalize them. Soccer balls have been used before.
Yeah, it's
Even
perfect.
did the one in the shape of a gun for a friend who loved to hunt.
Wow. I
Yeah,
don't know how I feel about that.
it was interesting.
Makes me so uncomfortable to think of where that gun would go.
Well, it was
Was the
not shooting blanks.
was the shaft like the gun?
Yeah.
Then how was it not just a gun?
Because it looked very phallic at the end.
Well, don't
It
they
definitely
all?
they
I'm telling
right,
you.
right? So anyway, yeah, that's what, I used to do a long time pre-kids. So occasionally, now that even though I have kids, somebody will contact me and ask for a throwback, and, this one was for a very worthy cause. We had Tiana's benefit, the friend that I mentioned a couple weeks ago, for her breast cancer awareness and to raise money to help her with, chemotherapy. So $8,000.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was the ladies that put it on. Leslie, she's a Patreon of ours, and awesome. They did such a great job. They had
Oh,
the most amazing donations. I have to give a huge shout out to Charlie
oh,
because one of the things that was donated for Tiana's benefit was a crab dinner sent
oh
by
my gosh.
Charlie, which that, like, floored me. I told everybody at that benefit. I mean, first of all, everybody bid on that. I mean, it was
Oh, I
like,
bet.
and it was a raffle, which
Yeah.
was
Oh,
even more
fun.
fun. It's like, oh my gosh, like you just, you don't have to go like, okay, fine, I'll cap it out at 200. It was like, no, raffle, raffle, raffle. So I don't know who won it yet,
Oh.
but everybody was talking about it. Like, I overheard people going, "Did you know that that is from a girl's podcast?" I'm like, "That I'm the girl." But there were a lot of people at the benefit. So that I thought that was so cool of Charlie to do
That
that.
is amazing. Yeah, that's amazing, and
Yeah.
I've had that crab dinner, and it
Oh,
was
so good.
freaking amazing. I think
And
about it at least every other day.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, right, if not more. Truth be told.
Man, I wish I could be eating that crab right now.
And listen, there was a lot of good stuff there, but I put about 75% of my raffle tickets in that basket, because Charlie also sent crab crackers,
Oh,
really nice ones, like a nice set, and, like, butter warmers for
oh,
your butter.
what are butter
They're
warmers?
like little ramekins, but they have a little, like, tea lamp underneath them or tea
Oh,
light.
oh my
I know
gosh.
we didn't get that the first round, but it's fine. It's fine. No, I loved it. I got to put that in a basket, and then they kinda, like, took donations and put, like, baskets that were alike.
Yeah.
So they had a couple of bottles of wine, so you could have, like, a
Oh.
crab dinner with wine and candles.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
it was beautiful, it was great, and so I really, really, really wanna shout out Charlie for that. That was above and beyond.
Absolutely.
She just happened to see on my Facebook page if anybody out there would like to donate something, and, I mean, that is huge, so thank you so much, Charlie.
That is awesome. Yeah, thank you, Charlie. We have the best people.
We really do. It was fabulous, it was great.
That is so cool. I'm so glad it went well.
Yeah, it went wonderful. So,
And I saw your boob cakes. They were awesome. Very
yes,
inclusive. All boobs were represented.
thank you. I was very proud of that, and I knew Tiana would be very proud of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was great. We had a great time.
Yeah, good. I always love a good a boob cake.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, right?
Yeah, I've never been disappointed when I see one. They always make me smile.
I one time made a saggy boob cake for a mom who was
Oh,
retiring, and
I remember
and
that.
I asked my friend Amy, like, so I'm like, "Is she gonna be offended?"
Yeah.
"No, she'll think it's hilarious." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I never checked back with her, but I made those boobs real saggy.
Yeah, do you still talk to Amy? She's like, "No,
E
my mom said I wasn't allowed to hang
Right.
out with you anymore."
You don't get to be her friend anymore. So, no, actually, I haven't spoken to Amy in a while. I did make
Oh.
wait, I made her husband a boob cake not too long ago too, so
Oh, did she know that?
she asked for it.
Sounds kinda dirty.
She really
I
likes
made her husband a boob cake.
it. Yes, and then things happen. No, nothing happened with Amy's husband. Why would I go there?
Don't
Not
know.
a thing. No, she requested the bouquet cake for her husband. It had
Okay.
like a little heart tattoo with her dog's name in it, which I thought was extra weird. But it's listen,
We don't kink
I'm
shame,
not
but
judging people's genitalia cakes. I just make them.
that's really nice of you. I'm
Yeah.
judging a little bit.
Okay, I judged a little bit too.
It's weird.
Uh,
Well, I had a fun weekend too. I went to the St. Patrick's Day parade.
yes. Oh my gosh, you were so funny.
Um,
You had a great time.
I had a great time. I'm not gonna say that there was drinking ahead of time at the parade.
But you're not gonna
I'm
not
not gonna
say
not say it, but
it.
I packed so well this year. Like I really planned it out.
Yeah.
I spent very little money out,
Nice. Very smart.
and I was good and liquored up.
Yeah, you were. By the time I saw you, I was Aaron was in the parade. I took my kids to see the parade, and they're looking for you the whole time. When is Aunt Ann coming? When is Aunt Ann coming? And I should have known to be like, well, don't get your hopes up. You like get to wave at her. But you did. You came over to us to pass out candy, which was super nice. And then you dropped your big thermos.
Uh-huh.
And I said, and you didn't even realize you did it. It like rolled out of your backpack as you bent over. I said, oh, wait, don't forget your water bottle. And you said, oh, and you leaned down like you're like, it ain't water in there.
I don't know what you're talking
I got a good kick out of it. So
about.
it was a lot of fun to see you.
Yeah, we had a great time, and then we all went out. A lot of the staff at Bloom, we went out and had pizza and went to a bar and
So fun.
had a good time.
Yep. And then I met you out later. I'm not just hat rack friend. Let me try that again. And then I came out. Might still be struggling from this weekend. Hold
I'm
on.
not just a hat rack friend.
And then I dropped off my kids
Oh,
and met you out later.
yes.
So not just a hat rack, my friend, as
There
I
you go.
point to my head. Did that make sense?
That made sense.
Okay.
I didn't know where you were going. I was like,
So just follow me
I really,
sometimes. I thought you were such a good follower.
I really thought you were going to say something like, I'm not just a fair weather friend, but you were getting the expression wrong.
Listen, I got it. It just took me a couple
I know.
tries.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
doubted and I apologize and I'll follow you forever now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, before this weekend, I watched something I got to tell you about.
Oh, okay. What was it?
Okay, it is a 40-minute documentary.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'm not even going to guess. What is it?
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking because it's from 2017. I don't even
Oh,
know how I stumbled upon it.
okay.
It's called The Long Shot.
No, definitely have not seen it.
It's on Netflix. I want to tell you everything,
Oh,
so I can't because I want you to watch it. So you got
okay.
to watch it, but it's basically about this like young guy who's like early 20s
Okay.
and he had a little bit of trouble in his past. He's trying to set his, life straight and
Uh-huh.
he's doing the right thing and he gets arrested for murder.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he's like, I did not murder this person. There's no way that
Yeah.
happened. And his lawyer, who if I ever get in trouble, I'm going to find that man.
Oh,
He
good.
was incredible. He was like,
Nice.
I don't think he did it. And then he was like,
A hound
I
dog.
will prove that he didn't do it no matter what it takes. And
Nice.
it's the story about how he did it and about how he proved. I mean,
Wow.
it was like, what? Like
Jaw
twist and
dropping.
turn. It was very cool. So watch
Nice.
that, The Long Shot on
The long
Netflix.
shot. Oh, I definitely will. And I love that it's 40 minutes. Like
Yeah,
that's
so quick and easy. It's not like
yeah.
a two-parter.
Right.
One night watched it. It was great.
Nice. Well, I'm kind of been into documentaries too. The Flight
The Flight.
documentary. It's not called The Flight. And I don't know the flight number, but it's the flight number.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. It's like MH8316.
Oh, that's a terrible name.
Well, that was the number of the flight that remember that you might not what year was this? I can't remember if you were too young. You definitely weren't too young to remember it, but the flight that went missing in Malaysia
Oh, yeah, I do
and it was
remember
just
hearing
like
about that.
gone and
Yeah,
nobody could figure out it was like Bermuda Triangle style, like
right.
what's going on. And then like 4 months later, a second Malaysian plane.
Yes.
Yes. So they deep dive into the different theories that it could be. And it's pretty fascinating, like twists and turns and like Oh, and then heart-wrenching because they
Oh,
interview the family members that are left behind and how they have, like a lot of them just left their jobs, left their careers to
oh,
investigate this flight and what happened to their loved ones.
wow.
So it's incredible. I mean, I definitely have cried a lot watching it, so, trigger warning there
Oh,
if, you don't want if you're not into crying,
yeah,
definitely don't watch that. But it's fascinating, all the different theories that have come about.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend that one. Now it is like I think it's a three-parter, and
All right.
it kinda leaves you like, "We still
Ugh.
don't fully know, but here are your theories." It was we Blake was watching with us, and it was kind of one of those parent moments where I'm like, "This is good, though, for you to hear that you don't just believe." Because the first theory, he's like, "Oh, well, that was it. That was
Yeah.
totally it."
This is me every time I watch any. I'm like, oh, it's solved. I got it. Not even gonna
Uh,
watch the next two.
this is why I'm the skeptical one and you are not. I said, now let's see the next episode and see what the next theory is. And then by the second one, he was like, well, that's got to be it. I said, well, how quickly you abandon your first one. I said,
Yeah.
there's still another theory to go. So we watched all three and then we talked about, you have to investigate, you have to listen to all the evidence and then come to your own conclusion. So we had a great little parenting conversation.
Nice.
It's one of those moments in life when you feel like I'm just killing this. Like I'm articulating everything. Parenting is going so great in this moment. And then you have a moment like I had today,
Oh, okay. A
which
follow
is
up.
the exact opposite of one of those moments where you almost are like, how do I have a college degree, a couple at that, when this is something that happens to me? So I find this hand sanitizer that's left behind on the carpet and I pick it up. And, I mean, it's a nice little bottle of hand sanitizer. Like, oh, what flavor is this? Or what scent is
This is
this?
at school.
This is at school.
Okay.
This just happened today. My
Okay.
my wonderful aha, like, "Oh, I'm the smartest human being in the world," to turn this into a parenting moment, that was, like, a couple days ago.
Okay. Got it.
But I was still kinda, like, feeling good
Yeah.
about that, and then I get this hand sanitizer, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what scent it is," and I turn it over, and it says, "Champagne toast." And I went all day long thinking, "Champagne toast? How do those 2 things even go together?" Like, what ki
Oh no. Like,
Well,
cheers.
that's what it means,
Okay.
Aaron. It means like a
Okay.
champagne toast. I was
Which,
thinking like,
in your defense, doesn't have a smell.
you're right. Thank you. Maybe that's what threw me off because I'm thinking, what in the hell? Who drinks champagne while they eat their toast? And what does that smell like? I swear I went back to that thought
Oh.
like 3 or 4 times throughout my day to day. The hand sanitizer was in my pocket by the end of the day because I couldn't figure out who it was. I thought I would travel around with it and figure out nobody claimed it. And then at the end of the day, like just now when I went to go change into pajamas, I pulled that out and I looked at it again. I was like, oh, champagne toast. And it just got me so tickled at myself because I'm thinking, you idiot, like, duh. But all day long, I've been like, why would they name that champagne toast? That doesn't even make
Oh,
sense.
the only thing it would make me think of is like a yummy brunch with
Yeah.
champagne.
Right, but then you
Yeah, you
toast
do
your champagne.
toast.
I was
Yeah,
totally thinking
that's what I thought first.
toast out of the toaster. I know. It was like I said, one of those moments where you're like, "Oh." I could have just kept that to myself,
Yeah.
and nobody would have I did not thank God I didn't pull it out of my pocket and be like, "Hey," to a colleague, like, "Why do you think they would have named this champagne toast?" Thank goodness. That sounds like something I would do.
I know, I'm so bummed that you didn't.
No, I'm
That would have
so
been
glad I
so
didn't, but
funny.
here I am, I'll just let everybody who listens in on that little fun fact that my
Yeah.
brain doesn't quite make all the connections all the time,
Yeah, I get it.
but also, I kinda love when it doesn't because it sure is funny to me.
Right. Well, I have a funny correction that I messed up on last week
Okay.
that I don't even have to address because I bleeped it out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the movie?
Yeah,
I talked about the movie.
oh, yeah.
I bleeped it.
Oh.
Guess what? I had the wrong movie.
Oh, no.
I said the wrong movie the whole time.
I thought it was right.
No. You want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah.
Listen, this time I'm going to tell you and I'm not going to bleep it.
Okay, don't bleep it.
So you're going to skip. If you don't want to know what movie we talked about last week and spoiled it,
Mhm.
you should skip like 10 seconds. That
Okay.
little 15-second skip
Mhm,
ahead.
mhm. They
Pair.
all
Oh, I was about to say it. You
Oh,
messed up the
sorry,
timer.
sorry. They all wanna know it. They listen like, "That was so cruel."
I know, but I ruined the good part. Okay, now, and I feel like we've gone another 15 seconds. So now Megan ruined it. Go back, listen to that. Now I'm going to tell you it was the parasite,
It's
not the
so
host.
good. Yeah, not the host.
I don't even know what the host is. What is that?
I don't either, but Parasite?
Yeah, now you can't say it anymore after this
No,
point.
but listen, we're not gonna tell them what it is about,
I
but
know,
go
but
watch it.
right, go watch it, and then if you listened last week, then you know what happens. A
Right.
little bit. We spoiled it a little
A
bit.
little bit, but they'll forget that part.
Oh man, that movie is so good.
Oh, it's so
We
good.
can't ever watch it during one of our movie nights because you have to read it.
Yeah, it's subtitles
I
and
can't read it and also read what's happening on the screen in
nope.
front of me.
Nope,
But
that's too we don't even like to read on this podcast, but we have to.
that's right. If we could figure out a way to just know everyone's story and tell you
Mhm.
from our head.
Yeah, I think that's called remembering, but we're not gonna do all that.
No, our writers are always funny. We don't want to take out their
True.
jokes.
Very true.
Although we're pretty funny too. No,
Are we? Okay.
no, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
Well, I've got something to say before we move on to this week's stories.
Okay.
Erin from last week's story
Uh-huh.
about the train tracks,
Oh, yeah.
remember?
Oh, yeah, I
Came
remember.
back and was like, I totally think it was residual, just like you said, and sent
Oh,
pictures. So I'm going to post that up on Instagram
nice.
of like their, the little senior pictures that they
Oh,
took.
okay. I thought you meant of the entity. I was like, wow, why wouldn't they have
No.
included that in the beginning?
No, sadly, we didn't get that yet.
Right.
But yeah, it was really cool. It was like midday, like 3 o'clock. It was kind of dreary out. So
Okay.
not a
Hmm.
bright sun. They actually
Interesting.
stopped because it started to drizzle.
Interesting.
So your whole shadow
Aaron, listen,
idea.
I do one debunk per
I'm just letting you
story,
know. I'm just
and then
letting you
that's it.
know. That's fine. That's fine. As
I
long as we all know.
I have stories to debunk tonight. What are you trying to overwork me?
No,
I
no, no,
do so
no.
much for this podcast as it is.
I would never.
Golly, I'm carrying this thing.
Oh, okay. Well, tonight's story, I wanted to bring up last week's Erin because tonight's story, guess what her name is?
Aaron.
Erin again.
How did I guess that?
Oh my gosh, we're taking over.
I love it. Hello, Aaron.
Also, I'm not going to say this person's, I guess it's like a last name. I'm not going to say her last name.
Okay.
Well, it's like she's got two names.
Okay.
But when I first read it, I used to be in love with somebody whose last name was similar and also very unique. And I was like, oh no, that's not that person. So, anyways, just know for a minute, Erin, I was a little bit attracted to you.
Can I see Aaron's last name?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
Okay. So this week's story is from Erin.
Hi, Aaron.
My paranormal contribution.
Oh.
Preface, every year, this is why I picked this one tonight. Listen,
Mm.
every year in our private Zookeeper group.
Hold on, I had a whole bunch of wine in my mouth, and I wanted to react better than that.
Yeah.
She's a zookeeper.
She's a zookeeper.
Is
She's
she?
she, her.
Okay.
She, her pronouns. She is a zookeeper.
What?
I
Tell
know.
me everything.
I am about to.
Like, that has been my childhood. Like, when I grow up, I'm going to be a zookeeper.
Oh, I know. It's amazing. And everything in here is zoo related.
Oh, my, I'm so here for this.
I know. So who knew zoos were so haunted? Okay, so
Woohoo.
every year in our private Zookeeper group, a thread gets started on paranormal/hauntings.
Oh, give it all to us.
Zoos all over the world have stories, and some are terrifying.
Oh, how fascinating is this?
I know. I want to hear every scary zoo story there's ever been.
Aaron, please put
I
us
thought you
in.
meant me, and I was like, what?
No, not just you. The other Aaron, this Aaron, Zookeeper Erin. Put us in that thread.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Please, you could be fan favorite.
You could.
I'm gonna need a little proof, but you could be.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh. Okay, here we go. Mine aren't scary, but more jovial. And then she wrote spelling. Ha ha ha. I have no idea. I read it as jovial.
Yeah,
I've
sounds good
never
to me.
seen the word jovial written, I don't think, but that's how I would spell it. So
It's a great word.
right on. So my first one happened in one of the kitchens of a primate building at my old zoo. I worked this route all week and know what's been used, touched, etc. The whole week. Above the basin sink are 3 shelves on either side of the sink. On a day-to-day basis, you use items on the first 2 shelves, but not the last. It was nearing the end of the day. I had hours earlier washed the Tupperware that I had used, and I put them on the first shelf to my left. While I was washing my last dishes, a plastic bowl hit me hard in the forehead while I was bent over, and it had come from the right side.
And that's jovial?
Well, I mean, I guess.
I
Okay.
don't think it is.
I mean, it was aggressive. It said hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Now, this bowl I know came from the 3rd shelf, and I hadn't touched that shelf this day. At first, I didn't think much of it, but just in case, chuckled and out loud asked the elderly spider monkey who had passed who had passed years prior to me even being there to not do it again because it kind of hurt. Some coworkers a couple days later were reminiscing about the same old lady spider monkey from a decade earlier who was retired in that building and loved playing tricks on the keepers. I mentioned my story and they were like,
Hold on. Hold on.
"Oh,
Spider monkeys get to retire and then just, like, run around and be silly?
I guess. Have you ever wanted to be a spider monkey more?"
I now forget being a zookeeper, let me be a spider monkey. No, I love that, like, thinking of zookeepers, like, they're not even out there on display anymore, it's just like we get to have fun with this spider monkey in our workspace.
You're going to quit teaching, aren't you?
Oh, I need to go back to school to be a zookeeper, this is amazing.
I know. Okay, so I mentioned my story, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that would totally be something she would do." My other story I saw with my own eyes. I was helping in the nutrition center. Think large open room with large metal tables and shelves connecting to the center of prep tables. Large amounts of diets in the center. So I guess diets mean like they're all the food for the
Okay.
animals. I had worked there a lot due to a back injury earlier in the year, so I did the same routine daily. I'd grab my cart, two huge bins, take them to the sink, then get the pitcher and scoop 4 pitchers of ice, each into the bins. This was to help keep produce cold while they were used throughout the morning. The ice came from an industrial kitchen grade ice maker that had roll up doors and were about 4 feet tall and maybe 5 feet wide. When I was done, I'd turn the pitcher upside down on the top of the ice maker to dry. In the months that I had done this, the pitcher had never moved. Well, this day I was working a different table that faced this ice maker and pitcher. Something made me look up, and I watched as the pitcher yeeted itself off the top of the ice maker and landed 5 or more feet away before clanking to a halt. I looked around at another keeper and was like, WTF? And she goes, Ooh, must be the new ghost. I was like, What do you mean, new ghost?
Do
Then she proceeded to tell me her own story that had happened a couple weeks prior.
we get that story?
Not yet, but she said she's going to try to get it.
Oh, come on.
I know. I literally have no explanation for how the picture flew off that maker, but I swear it did. Now, my old zoo has tons of other stories that I've heard from others, but especially our night keepers. We
Hmm.
used to have keepers who only worked the evening into the night. They have some stories that I didn't need to hear since I was at the zoo sometimes into the night.
Ooh.
There are stories of a little girl who we are pretty sure is from a memorial statue in the children's zoo. Keepers have seen animals in their stalls still after they've passed. All sorts. Nothing ever seemed menacing, at least at that zoo. Can't speak for others though. Hope you all enjoyed these. Thanks for letting me tell them.
Oh my gosh, did I enjoy them. I am living vicariously through you.
Oh, I think I got it. I think I got the other story.
Shut your mouth.
I know. That was so fast.
Damn,
I got
Aaron.
more. I got more.
Give it to us all.
Listen, just trust in Aaron. We'll always
I'm
come through.
telling you what. Sweet Aaron was like putting a baby down. Was like just
She's like, screw this baby. I'm gonna finish this story.
my kind of mom. I
Right.
love it.
Okay. Okay, so I've got a follow-up. I haven't read this one yet. So the other zookeeper story involves a different room of the nutrition center. Her story happened in the dishwashing room. This room is fairly average sized room. One complete wall is just racks of dry dishes, and the other side has an industrial sized dish sterilizer slash washer.
Wow. I just imagine, like when I said I'm living vicariously a minute ago,
Yeah,
I love the behind the scenes of a zoo.
I know.
And the word industrial size, it goes right along with everything I was envisioning. It's like everything in a zoo has to be like massive.
Yeah,
You're feeding elephants and giraffes and like
right.
rhinoceroses. Everything's got to be like big sized. I just
Right.
imagine them carrying like these big bins everywhere they go. I love this story so much.
Oh, good. I know. I read it and I was like, oh, we've never had haunted
Oh,
animals
I
to this
mean,
degree.
I've never gotten an inside look. I mean, I really, really, really wanted to be a zookeeper when I
Yeah.
was a little kid. So this is so fascinating to me.
I feel like when we were little and we would play dolls or Barbies or anything,
Always animals.
you were always named Deborah?
Oh, Denise.
Denise. And you
Denise.
were always a zookeeper.
She,
Denise.
Denise. I Loved that name.
Uh,
Denise, the zookeeper, is my spirit sister. She's out there somewhere.
yeah. Maybe that
Ugh,
was you in another life.
I mean, right? I
Because
really
it's
feel
not a
connected.
popular name now. So.
I, listen, and I really feel like I can totally see all of this so clearly. Like maybe I was a
Oh,
zookeeper.
oh, that's interesting. I'm
Mhm.
really picturing Jurassic Park in the kitchens, and I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
why that's what I'm picturing
yeah. I don't know either,
because
but
there are actual zoos.
right, that not just in.
Jurassic Park is a stretch of a movie.
Oh,
Okay.
where does Aaron live?
I live right. Oh, this Aaron.
Hmm.
No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Find out, because
Okay.
I could go sleep on her couch anytime and then shadow her at work. I would not mind that at all, Aaron, if you need someone to
Yeah.
shadow you.
I don't think she invited you, but
I'm just saying if she needs somebody, like
okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Got it.
reverse weird hours of some sort.
Aaron, aren't you glad you DM'd me and not her? Okay, so let's see.
You already showed me her last name.
Oh
I've got
shit.
it
Sorry, Aaron.
burned into my brain.
Okay, so we're talking about the sterilizer slash washer.
Gotcha.
Those ones that you set the dishes on that look like a crate bottom and the dishwasher rolls them through on a conveyor belt.
Yep, used to use those when I was a zookeeper. Mhm.
I used to use something similar at Starbucks.
Okay.
At the end of this machine is another large rack to hold the big dishes and these crate bottom things. At the end of the diet prep, all dishes must go through this, so you could imagine the amount that rolls through when having to feed literally thousands of animals.
Oh my gosh.
I knew that would get you.
I love it. So many animals.
When they're done, you take the crate bottoms to put them on the bottom shelf of the rack next to the washer so that A, they wouldn't drip onto the clean dishes, and B, since they're heavy, you don't want to put them high. This meant that even if one fell or toppled over, it's mere inches from the ground and stops right there. Well, apparently, this keeper, who worked in the nutrition center for years, had finished up and put those crate bottoms on the shelf. She left the room and came back a bit later and saw one of them sitting in the middle of the room. She found, I feel like it was just you.
Mhm.
And you were like,
It
I'm
was
going to
me.
do this. And then you're like, ooh, this is heavy. Never mind. She found it odd, but put it back. Then she left and returned much quicker this time, and it was in the center of the room again.
Hmm.
No one was there. No one was there when this happened. All the other keepers leave to run other duties, and one stays back to do the dishes and be in the building if someone needs something. So, how did that bottom keep getting there? I don't know. But there are special keys to get in the building that most keepers do not have. And this was during COVID, so the precautions were even higher. So, I don't see how someone may have come in and gone without her knowing. And
Hmm.
even if so, why would they do that twice?
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad we got the other story. Aaron,
Me
really pulling through
too.
there.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Zookeeper Erin.
Oh, fine.
Yes. Okay. Now listen, Aaron,
Yeah.
Zookeeper Erin,
Okay.
stop. Zookeeper Erin, I want you to keep writing in.
Mhm.
I want you to go out there and spread our name wide and far to all far and wide. I don't know why I just reversed that. It's always far and wide. Spread our little podcast far and wide in the zookeeper world because I need these stories to keep coming in.
Yeah, especially the
However,
scary ones. I wanna hear the scary ones.
ooh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. However, my job is to debunk.
Yeah.
So here I am, and I'm going to say we have retired spider monkeys.
Okay.
We have animals that they must allow to go into these spaces
Okay.
at different times. And the things
Oh,
that are being moved,
I bet they don't let them in the kitchen.
I believe that first story was set in the kitchen.
No, they were doing dishes.
In the kitchen. Where do you do dishes at,
I've never
Aaron?
worked at a zoo. Maybe it's a different spot. You wouldn't have a
Mm,
monkey. Have you not seen Jumanji? They get into things.
yeah, that's why made sense that it would be the ghost of a spider monkey.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I do love. If I were so I'm gonna go with it's just rogue animals. Also, even it could just be a squirrel. Do you know how many squirrels? I mean, I know a squirrel is an animal. I'm just saying, like, not even a zoo animal. It could have been a different kind of animal.
Okay. It was a heavy shelf that got
Oh,
moved.
right now I'm sorry. I'm talking about
The bowl. Okay.
yeah, I'm talking about the bowl and
Okay.
the pitcher
All right.
being yeeted.
Yes.
I'm talking about those two smaller objects.
Okay.
The bottom crate
Uh-huh.
was definitely a kangaroo.
Okay.
That's what I'm picturing.
Definitely.
Definitely. They're crafty little suckers, those kangaroos. No, I'm thinking some sort of bigger animal like a raccoon could have done
Okay.
that.
Okay. But why? There's no food on it.
I don't know, to be crafty, to be silly, to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go back," or a spider monkey to do something strange. Who knows? I don't live in their minds. I'm just letting you know it's possible it could have been one of these animals
Whatever.
that did this. So I definitely think it was some sort of being, but not like a living being, but not
Okay.
maybe not a human being.
Okay.
I mean, you do live where there are a lot of other
What
beings.
about watching the ice bucket
Also
pitcher?
also, I don't think that Aaron lives there. I just said you live there. That would be Swiss Family Robinson, which, by the way,
It's probably what inspired your zookeeping love.
absolutely, I take it back. I did not want to be a zookeeper. I wanted to live in the Swiss Family Robinson
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
big at our house.
However, if you want to go back and watch that with your kids now, do not. There are some things that are very wrong with it.
Oh, no.
I tried and I was like, "Oh, this is not the best." So anyway, but then I like put them to bed and I kept watching. I was like, "Oh, but it is so nostalgic." Anyway, I just want to live somewhere where there's just roaming spider monkeys everywhere. That would be so
That
fun.
would be fun. Okay, but now back
Oh,
to the
sorry.
pitcher.
Sorry.
Back to the pitcher.
Okay.
She finishes up with the ice, she puts it down, and then something, tingly senses make her look up to see it lifted off and thrown.
Yeah, something, it's a presence of something else. Like when something enters the room or is near you,
Yes, spiritually.
no, in the physical realm, like the real, not even realm, sorry, take that
Mhm.
word out.
I'm still
A
okay with real.
physical being
Okay.
enters an area,
Okay.
you feel something different most times. Sometimes somebody will sneak up on you like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were there."
Yeah.
But most of the time, you can either feel like a shift in the energy level.
Yeah.
And then, so I think something came into that room and it was like, "Oh my gosh," and looks up and her eye followed the picture and landed, and then by the time she moved back, that little spider monkey was gone.
It sounded like she saw it get lifted midair, and you would see something
Yeeted.
behind it.
Yeeted, like,
Yeah, and then
so
thrown,
was
lifted and thrown,
okay,
yeeted.
but also, if your eye catches it midway, you feel like are you gonna sit there and go, "Did I see it?" Or was it just my eye caught it, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it was yeeted," but maybe I didn't look up in time to see who threw it up in the air.
Okay, it sounds like she did, but okay.
I don't know, just saying.
And somebody else saw it happen and was also like, WTF.
Yeah, I think they were seeing them side by side. It was
Yeah.
like heads up, they see it, they follow it. So they both watch as it goes through the air. They see it fall down. They're still following the line of sight of what just happened. And then before they can turn around, whatever the little animal was has scurried away.
Whatever. All right.
Yeah. And then I already
Okay.
explained the crate, it's kangaroo.
It was like morning and lots of light. I just don't
What
believe
does morning have to do
it's
with anything?
bright. You would see something scurry off.
Not if you're looking and following this
No,
like in
you would
disbelief,
hear
like,
it.
oh
Animals are
my
not
God.
that quiet.
Whatever. You
Whatever.
act like you've been a zookeeper before. I would know, Aaron. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Either way, I just okay. No, this is what I was gonna say a
Oh,
minute ago.
okay. Mhm.
As if I want to be a believer
Mhm.
for a minute, I love this story in that I cannot stand when people talk about how dogs can't go to heaven or animals can't like
Yeah,
like I can remember a preacher one time flat out telling me like, "Well, somebody's gonna break it to you. Animals don't go to heaven because they have no soul."
that's so weird.
And I remember looking at that jackass thinking, "I don't think you have a soul,
I
my
don't think you've
man."
ever met a dog ever in your
Right.
life.
Like, who are you?
Yeah,
Clearly not a zookeeper.
yeah.
I'm just done with you there. Like, move on, preacher. I have no interest in your job.
Right.
But I remember that being told to me when I was like 7 or 8. And first of all, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah,
Number one, just because that's a mean thing to say to somebody
for
whose
sure.
dog just passed away. Number two, how the hell do you know?
Right. That
And
is
then I
so weird.
remember him claiming it was something about being in the Bible. I'm like, oh, well, we know all men twist those words. So whatever.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. There's no way you could ever have a pet. Like I know we diss on cats a lot, but even cats have a little shitty soul.
Yes, they do.
They do.
Ah,
I I'm kidding. I've met a few
Oh,
nice ones. They're
sorry, all you
fine.
cat lovers out there, specifically Jane.
Yes, they're fine. Oh no, not Jane's cat. I'm not apologizing to Jane's cat. Jane's cat has become my arch nemesis.
I know, I love it. That's why I
Oh
brought her up.
man. But no, I just cannot like I even think those little hamsters in there, they love me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Rosie,
feel like
get out. You're gonna tell me Rosie doesn't have a soul? Absolutely not.
right.
Absolutely not.
Well, and then it kind of like it makes you start to wonder, like, what do we define as a soul? Like, if
Yeah.
we want to go deep with it, to me, it's like an animal shows you gratitude. And
Yeah.
any little being that can show gratitude, that can have any sense of love and I mean
Empathy.
empathy, right. And then you're gonna break it down like to do ants have a soul?
I
Like
don't
how
know.
far down are we gonna go? I have no idea. Maybe because we're giant compared to them.
Yeah.
But I bet they have some sort of
Yeah.
gratitude for, all of the crumbs that are all over my house. Like,
Yes.
thank you for this. But I don't know. I'm just saying I love this story even as a skeptic,
Yeah.
that it lends the belief that souls have a life after death.
Yeah.
I still love that even as a skeptic, and I love that it changes the idea that animals do have a soul. Like
Yeah.
the most religious people, like the one that I was supposed to go to for religious guidance is telling me that my dog didn't have a soul. I'm
Yeah.
like, who are you talking about? Never looked
And
and
he was talking about Molly, the best dog that ever
the
walked.
best dog that ever was on this
Sorry.
planet.
Ellie can hear us. Ellie can hear us.
Right?
A very good dog. But Molly was
The
amazing.
best dog
She was
ever.
amazing.
Yeah, so, like, how dare you,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. That I do love that idea behind it. Either way,
Yeah.
whatever we believe happens to souls whenever they pass away.
It would be the same.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So thank you for that story and putting that out there for zoos everywhere.
100%. I love it. I just remembered that I have a house update, but I want to hear your story first.
Ooh, like a ghost house
Like a
update?
room update. I got another one. I forgot.
Wait, you have an update about a room?
No, about my haunted
Oh,
room.
okay, okay, okay. I was like, well, I don't know that everybody wants to hear about your rooms more.
Okay, so we're going to finish the saga tonight.
Here we are, we're rounding it out with story number 3 from the hills of Kentucky.
Ooh,
I've enjoyed it.
me too.
Every story I read, and I've pre-read this one, and I really enjoyed this one too.
I love it.
It feels kind of like we're home, we're in Kentucky.
Right?
We are hearing things that are happening not from a zookeeper,
Right.
I don't think.
Yeah,
Maybe they left that part out.
that's true. They didn't specify that they weren't a zookeeper.
They did not, but I mean, if you're a zookeeper, you gotta drop that. I mean, you must brag about that all the
Oh,
time.
for sure.
Like, I
100%.
I feel like if I were a zookeeper and I was just grocery shopping, I'd be like, "Oh, sorry, that was my zookeeper card.
Oh
Can
my
I
gosh,
have that
this is
back?"
so much smaller than what we use at the zoo.
Yeah, at the zoo, we had to feed masses, like, so many rhinoceroses.
Basically, we're annoying.
Yeah, yeah, but I would totally drop that zookeeper card
100%.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I could not wait to go to parties just so
Oh,
somebody could
yeah.
say, "What do you do for a living?" "Oh, I'm a zookeeper."
I feel that way about being an art teacher. I love when
"Oh, do
people
you?
ask what I am.
I'm so over being a teacher. Let me be a zookeeper."
Oh, I know, but I do. I'm like, I'm an art teacher, and always like, oh, that must be fun. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
so much fun.
it is. Yeah, I could see that being, like, a great people receive that really well.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
"Tell
pretty
me
cool.
more about that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
well, I'm
not
very
as
talented.
not as well as
That's
a
what I say.
zookeeper, though.
No.
You're funny.
So Piper posted on our Facebook about Bigfoot knowledge. Did you
Oh,
see
I
this?
saw that. I love it.
And it gave you places to see it in America. And guess what wasn't on there? I
Kentucky.
was like, you clearly weren't listening
Uh-huh,
to the hills of
'cause
Kentucky.
the hills of Kentucky got Bigfoot.
Yeah, we got Bigfoot.
Well, the hills of Kentucky might have something else. Are you
Ooh,
ready for
I'm
this?
so ready. Let's go.
I really do sound
I
very
know.
I can't help it. I'm trying to go up an octave, but an octave? Shit. I'm trying to go up an octave, but I can't.
Um,
Le
Juvial.
At least I got that. I really think that, like, that champagne thing happened today. I think I did some things to some brain cells this
Oh.
weekend. I, like, spread myself too thin. I was like,
Mm.
party, parade, bake
Mm-hmm.
cupcakes, and now I'm like, "Wow," I'm trying to catch up. My mind is scrambled. Story number 3 from
Okay.
the hills of Kentucky.
Dun dun dun.
My father would stay the nights at my grandmother's when she was still alive. She died in 2018.
Mm.
Most of the time, he would stay with her because she was afraid of the nighttime, as
Oh,
she had some form of sundowners, which we've heard that before.
yeah.
Remember sundowners? Stephanie's dad had sundowners.
Oh, yeah.
It's a form of Alzheimer's where basically they kind of forget things at nighttime,
Yeah.
which is, ugh, so sad.
It is so sad.
And would see and hear things at night, so he would stay with her to calm her nerves. This particular night, her sister was visiting for a week, and he decided to go up and hang out with them and stay a while. He was awoken by the sound of the garbage being gone through and a loud thump, as whatever it was had knocked the lid off the trash can, causing a loud commotion that had awoken my aunt and grandmother as they got my dad up to investigate whatever the disturbance was out back. So, something is in the
So
garbage.
my first thought's raccoon.
That would be your first thought. It ain't
Okay.
a raccoon.
Okay.
It's not even a rhinoceros.
Okay. That wasn't even my second thought or
No,
third.
no, no. But if you're a zookeeper, that could be your
Oh,
thought.
true. That's a good point.
Grabbing my grandfather's old shotgun and a flashlight, he opened up the back door and walked out the back to investigate. Having seen that the trash had been gone through, he walked further out through the back area to see if anything was out there. And that's when he saw it. Walking back up the hill and back into the woods was a very large and very tall creature in white.
And it's a Yeti. No, what is that?
No, no, no. No, wait, stop.
Abominable. Okay.
Not was a white creature in white,
Like wearing clothes?
like wearing white, with red eyes reflecting the light from the flashlight bouncing off of it.
Okay.
The creature watched him the entire time as it walked back up into the woods as it vanished. My dad walked inside, pale as a ghost, and my aunt tried to ask what had happened, and that is when he told her to call my mom on the phone. So he's like, get like her mom,
Yeah.
his wife on the phone. My mom relayed the encounter to my stepbrother and had him try to find any odd encounters from the area, and
Oh.
he found one. A
Okay.
man had reported being followed in the woods, the same woods, while he was walking down that same stretch of road one day. He never saw anything, but it was walking with him every step.
Oh.
It was later discovered that there was a legend about the devil himself haunting the woods in those mountains.
What? That is crazy.
So the devil in white, that's not normally what you associate
Yeah.
devil with.
Yeah, that's weird. In white. I really pictured,
Like a
um
Yeti. I did
yeah,
too at first, and I thought, "Oh, no, wait." They didn't say, like, "was white." They said, "in white."
yeah.
That tells me, like,
I
wearing white.
pictured in Monsters Inc. where they get banished.
Mhm.
I
Mhm,
pictured the
mhm.
Yeti in that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he makes some snow cones.
I
Yeah,
feel like he
anyways,
was a fun Yeti.
he was a fun Yeti. He
This
didn't
Yeti or
that didn't
this
sound
no, this being sounded like it, like, stared at the dad
yeah, in white. I mean,
with red
Lucifer
eyes.
was a fallen angel according to the Bible,
Oh, there
so
you go.
that is so weird.
It is. I wonder how hello, Stephanie, or anybody else out there that has a lot of knowledge of cryptids in Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's definitely Stephanie.
Yeah, I say Stephanie because I mean, Stephanie, you just name a state, she probably knows
Right.
so many things about that state, but especially Kentucky. So, is there some sort of other cryptid, or the legend says the devil himself?
Do we know what part of Kentucky
And
they're
do I
in?
think the devil is a cryptid? Possibly. Was that like
Oh.
sacrilegious to go there? A
Um,
little bit, probably a wee bit.
Probably a little bit. You
I
probably
don't
have to
mean it
make
in
him, like, the scariest cryptid.
oh, okay, fine. I'll give him the scariest one you've ever seen.
Okay.
I don't mean to be sacrilegious at all or make light of something so important to so many religions. I just personally don't believe in the devil. So I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm just saying, could it, in my mind, could I consider him to be a cryptid?
Yeah. I feel like I could consider demons to be cryptid, maybe? I don't know. I don't know
Well,
how I
what's
feel
the
about it.
definition of cryptid? Like an unidentified creature?
I don't know. Should I lure?
Yeah.
I know lure is in there.
Yeah. Look up
Okay.
and then look up the term lore. How long have we been doing this podcast? I'm like, well, lore is just folk tales, right?
Yeah, like passed
Yeah.
on stories, spooky
Hmm.
stories typically.
Right.
Cryptid meaning. Okay, here we go. Cryptids are animals that
Okay.
cryptozoologists,
This is the night of zoology.
right,
I love it.
believe may exist somewhere in the wild but are not recognized by science.
Okay.
Cryptozoology is a pseudoscience which primarily looks at anecdotal stories and other claims rejected by the scientific community. I also want you to look at the word pseudoscience and be so impressed that I read that without even
Oh,
a
look
stumble.
at
I
that.
mean, it's like I'm a reader.
Brush those shoulders off.
Pseudoscience. It looks like pseudoscience,
It
and I did
really
not read it
does.
that way.
It really does.
Like pterodactyl.
Yeah, you nailed that. You did
Thank
great.
you.
Um, I love that definition.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to say the devil is a cryptid.
Okay.
So no, take that out of there.
Okay.
He or whatever, the being of the devil is not a cryptid. I like that because I agree. Like a cryptid is something that just has not been discovered
Yeah.
by science yet.
Yeah.
Loch Ness Monster absolutely exists.
100%. Don't even
100%.
don't even get me started
Don't
on
come
how
at me with
much the
that
Loch Ness monster
nonsense that
exists.
it's not there. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely not. It's
The
totally
depths
there.
of the ocean. Just watch
Well, it
one of
is a
those.
lock. It's a
No,
lake.
I get that, but I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, then let's switch over to the ocean. We have not even yet to begin.
Oh no, the ocean is scary AF.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
love it, and I'm not one of those people who are like, "Oh, I won't go in the ocean."
Oh, I
I'll
love it.
absolutely go.
Oh, I'll go in the ocean, but scuba diving, I like. It's not my thing.
Oh, I really like snorkeling. I went
Oh, that's what I
snorkeling.
meant. Snorkeling. I thought I would love it. I thought like just like I thought I would always love zoology. I thought I would love it, and then I
Yeah,
tried it, and it freaked me the fuck out.
I loved it.
Mm-mm,
I
did
would go
not love it.
snorkeling anytime, any day
I think I've realized
in
that
the
I am
warm.
very much a control freak,
Yeah.
and I would not normally put that on me. I didn't think that I had that, but when I was snorkeling, I felt like the minute I could see clearly underwater, but could not see in my peripheral,
Yeah.
oh, it freaked me out. I was like, "Oh no, I am not here for this."
Yeah, you'd think by now they would have made goggles that don't cut off your peripheral.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, how hard would that
I
be?
mean, it is.
Make that plastic go around like a bubble and stop at your temples.
Don't
Don't
say this.
don't make that TM, TM, TM,
That's yours.
TM.
Patent it right now. Is that what that
Yeah,
means? TM, you patent it.
trademark.
Well, yeah, but like it's not
It's
for real.
yeah, but like I could go back and go, look, I said this
Oh,
on this
okay.
date.
Okay, well, there you go. Because I mean, that is a great
Doesn't that
invention.
make so much more
It makes
sense?
so much more sense. Why
Yeah,
can't
because
that be a thing?
this is very
Limiting.
isolating and
Yeah, I
like,
don't like it. I
yeah,
hated it.
yeah, I'm totally gonna invent those.
Well, when you do, I'll go snorkeling again. I bet I'll love
I
it
bet you'll
then.
love it then.
I
And
can't
you know
wait
what?
for that day.
I think, I'm not sure, but I don't think you have to wear goggles when you are a zoologist.
Phew, except for when you have to go
Mm.
into the polar bear.
You have to wear you have to wear goggles?
Well, you got to go swim down in there.
Oh. With the polar bears? I don't think you know what zoologists do. Oh
That got me tickled. Hold on. Oh man.
god.
My favorite attraction, one of my favorite. I've got so many at the zoo. Oh man, is are the seals.
Yeah.
I love them, which they're also in the polar bear
Yeah.
or whatever. So I'm imagining. I know the zookeepers. I don't. Well, I don't know this. I should not say that, but I don't think the zookeepers are also the trainers,
Oh,
or
okay.
are they?
I don't know. I have no
Aaron,
idea.
guess what? We can ask Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, tell us.
Please, please follow up on this, Aaron. Um, that is my job.
Yeah.
I want to feed those seals, those little fish.
Yeah.
They're so happy when they get them.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine sometimes you got to go in the water with them.
Yeah,
So that's
probably.
what I was thinking that
Okay.
whole time. Sorry, I did not articulate that very well
I
as
don't
to
think
what was
you ever
happening.
go in the water with polar bears.
No,
I
I
think
don't
they
think you're
would
supposed to.
kill you
Oh,
dead.
right, but it is still in the same location.
Well, it's the waters. They would just eat the seals all day.
That is true. That is true.
They're
There is
not
a
in this
separation.
they're in the same location, but they're in their own tank.
So earlier when I said polar bear, I meant seals.
Okay.
That I could've avoided. That's what I was picturing the whole time.
Okay.
I was just picturing that one part in Louisville Zoo where it's all kind of in that same area, and I
Yeah.
said polar bear, I meant seals. Surely you got to go down there sometime. If I had those goggles, I could be a zoologist or a trainer. Either
Okay.
one.
All right. Well, I feel like there's nothing to debunk in your stories because you believe in cryptids.
I do. Now, do I believe that it was the devil? I would like this author to give me more detail. Were they wearing white?
Yeah.
Were they a creature that was white?
Yeah. Because I definitely don't picture the devil being like white.
Like white and hairy or something?
Yeah.
Well, unless it's a goat.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, what if we put that in
Yeah,
there?
that's true. Like
Like a
hooved feet and everything.
hooved feet and like a half man, half goat.
Yeah. That's devil like.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
And really, the devil probably is white. We're going into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. No, no, no. Absolutely. The devil would be white. If the devil exists, he's definitely white and a man. So sorry, all you white men out there listening.
yeah. Or any men listening. I don't know
But
why you listen. I'm glad you do.
yeah, we don't mean you specifically, but
No.
like in general.
Yeah.
And if you
The
want to argue that,
general.
maybe you're in the wrong podcast.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I feel like our guys are good.
yeah, I think they accept it. Like, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, no, we get it. We get it.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it was the devil unless it was a goat, but
Yeah.
I feel like I'm opening up a little bit more to cryptids. I always believe in Bigfoot. I'm never
Hmm.
not going to believe in Bigfoot. There are just
Okay.
some things where I'm like, well, that seems like we would have found it by now.
It does, but then at the same time, there's so much of the world that's still
Yeah,
a mystery.
that's true. But like bones, that's where you always get me. I did like in that
Hmm.
post that Piper wrote. It said that there's a theory that Bigfoot bury their dead,
Hmm.
and so I like that theory,
Yeah.
which then just makes me want to go dig up the woods.
Bigfoot. Yeah. Right.
Like, yeah. Anyways, I mean, I won't do that because I'm lazy.
You hate to hike.
I hate
It sounds like
hiking.
a lot of hiking.
Right. And I would be afraid if I saw Bigfoot. Like I'd be kind
Right.
of excited, but mostly like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And then I'm there digging up his best friend.
Right.
No,
I've
I don't
never
want to
put
do that.
myself in the shoes of someone actually seeing Bigfoot. Like,
Yeah.
what would I do?
Oh, oh my gosh.
I would be so
I feel
excited.
like you would try to befriend it and this would be the last
Oh,
time
that's
anybody
true.
would see
Yep,
you.
yep, yep. That's exactly what would happen. I'm a
Yeah.
zoologist. I'm like, I got this. And I'm a zoologist at heart, and I'm way overconfident in situations like that.
Yep.
I'm like, simmer down. I got this. And then shoot, I'm gone. That's the last
Oh.
you see. You're like,
Oh. That's why I don't want you
she
hiking.
died doing what she loved.
Nope. Nope. You're not allowed to hike anymore.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't mean hiking. I meant being overconfident
Yeah, I
and
know.
pretending to be a zoologist.
Right, I know, but this is why you can't put yourself in a dangerous position like hiking.
True, true.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Okay, well, okay, I'm gonna give you guys a quick update about my house.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay, so there's one that I'm gonna go ahead and say right now was probably a dream,
Okay.
and I'm gonna admit to it. But
Okay.
it woke me up 3 different times, and Kevin was with me each time, and I woke him up every time.
Oh, gosh.
And he thinks I'm nuts. He hates sleeping next to me. Poor guy. Like he's like, I don't even want a day shift.
Do you think that it's because you're not used to him being in the bed
I
that
don't
it
know.
kind of makes you?
Yeah, I think I wake up more when
Yeah,
he's
I
there.
bet you do.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was this weekend. Now, the first time that anything weird happened,
Hmm.
I was wide awake. I was watching TikTok. I did
Okay.
have one headphone in, so I'm going to give you that.
Okay.
But I heard the door creak open, and I heard Penelope, like, sure as shit, how I hear Penelope
Hmm.
say, Mom, like that, the way she does.
Hmm.
Kind of long, Mom, like the O is kind of long.
I can picture her saying it right now.
Yeah. And I looked over, and nobody was there. And I was like, oh no. Okay, I made it up. I told
Hmm.
myself I made it up, but it was scary. I heard it. I had a headphone in on the side that was on the pillow. I had nothing on my open to the room ear,
Okay.
and that's where I heard it, and nobody was there.
And there was no chance that the TikTok you were watching.
No, no, it wasn't anything
What was
whispery.
it?
I don't remember. Do you know how
Ah,
many
ha,
TikToks I
ha.
watch? Okay.
There it is.
Okay. All right. Fine. 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 I'm telling you, I had a headphone in. I'm admitting to that,
Okay.
but
A
it was
headphone
creepy.
with a TikTok. That's it.
No, the
Okay, go
TikTok
on.
didn't say
It's
that.
fine. Go ahead.
And then that night, I kept trying to sleep. I had a horrible time sleeping that night.
Hmm.
And I woke up 3 different times
Okay.
seeing a dark figure standing over me, way taller than any of my kids,
Hmm.
like hovering over me. At one
Ooh.
point, it felt like 2 of them, and they had the silhouette. this is where it gets ridiculous. Where I'm like, oh, it's a dream. I kept telling myself, I'm like, it was a dream. It was a dream. It was a dream. It's fine because that'd be so weird. It had the silhouette. I know you don't watch kid movies of Merida, the brave, the little redhead,
Oh, yeah.
wild hair.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen the movie, but I know who it is.
Both figures had huge, curly, wild hair
Okay, that's
standing over
creepy.
me. And every time it happened, I like jumped back and ran into Kevin. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you see that too? And then he would be like, what? And they're like, oh, it was a dream. Never mind. And then I go back to sleep. I did it 3 times.
So when you say, "Oh, it's a dream," do you come to and you're like, "I don't see it
No, I
anymore"?
closed my eyes immediately and I didn't
You
look.
did what we always make
I
fun of
know, but I
people
was
for
too
doing.
scared. But he was with me. If I was by myself, I would turn a light on. I was too scared.
Well, then you'd still turn the light on, Aaron. Could still be an intruder with really wild curly hair.
But twins?
I bet they were so brave. Isn't
Oh,
the name of that thing brave?
it is brave.
He said, he said, but two twins? I mean, maybe,
Oh,
maybe
be
in
the
the history of
perfect
time,
cover.
I bet somewhere in the timeline of history, there have been a set of twins that rob people.
Yeah, probably.
I would guess.
Yeah,
It
it
probably
was
happens
really
more often than you
scary.
think.
I mean, they weren't there when I looked again. Like I looked again, they weren't there. I closed my eyes and I was like, I won't
Oh, yeah,
investigate.
then you're totally dreaming, Aaron.
I know. I'm telling you, I was probably dreaming.
Okay.
I admit to that. I'm just saying it was weird that first I heard the mom, and then I had 3 episodes where I like woke up terrified.
Yeah.
I'm not usually an anxious sleeper.
Unless your husband sleeps next to you.
Yeah, my big question here
Okay.
is how do I cleanse that room? Because I would like to.
Oh,
This is not a
yeah.
question for you. Shut up.
Okay.
It's not a question for you. It's
Okay.
basically for
Listen up,
Birdie.
Birdie. Yep.
Uh, I love that we both said, or Amy.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. There
one
you
of
go.
those two will tell me
Yep.
because I have heard that you're not supposed to smudge anymore with sage. It's
Mm,
culture appropriation.
mhm.
So I want to be respectful. Also, I lost my sage. So I'm going to have to buy something anyways. So
Okay.
let me be.
Draw a symbol on your
Oh, yeah. A
on
sigil.
your a sigil. Yes, sorry. Draw a sigil
Yeah.
on
Tell me
your
what sigil to
the
draw.
next time you're in your steamy shower.
Okay.
Well, you don't just look it up.
No,
Amy
I
sent
want
you a
them to
whole
tell
thing.
me. I don't want to research it.
All
Oh,
right.
wait. Amy did send that. Okay. I'll look up what Amy sent me.
Just do the one of protection or the
I
one of
just am
like
like
get the
afraid.
spirit out of here.
I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong and piss something off and make it worse.
I mean, roll the dice, Aaron.
All
At
right.
this point, you're already fucked. You already got
It's true.
the
Weird things are happening.
red hair curly lady over your
I
bed.
don't know if it was red hair, but it was the same shape,
Mm.
but 2 of them. Whoa. Every week.
I know, sorry.
Okay.
Wait. When you
Oh,
said that about the hair, it reminded me. Do you remember that Twilight? I think it was
I
Twilight.
remember everything about Twilight. Go.
No, I'm sorry. It's not Twilight.
Oh
What
my
is
gosh,
that?
that
What
was
is the
such a tease.
Sorry, you got so excited. Twilight Zone. It is. It's
Oh,
Twilight Zone.
yeah.
Where the guy, oh gosh, wait, we got to look up his name.
I only remember the pig episode.
You don't remember the plane episode?
Oh, yeah.
Where he's
Where the
on the
things on the plane. I
plane
do remember that
and
on the
on the
wing.
wing of the plane and
Yeah.
that whatever it was, and it was just like one massive ponytail
Yeah.
in the back and it was like crazy hair
Yeah.
coming down. That scarred me for life.
Yeah. That was scary. That was a scary episode.
Oh, it was terrifying and nobody else saw it but him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Oh,
what makes it the worst.
the worst because you feel like you're him the whole time you're
Right.
watching it. Normal guy, whatever, and he sees it and nobody else sees it.
Yeah.
But he knows something bad's gonna happen to that plane.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to see that episode again.
It's a lot like that singing frog that only sings when it's that one guy watching. That's a cartoon. That's
What
not
the
scary.
hell are you talking
Hello,
about?
my darling. Hello, my baby.
Oh, yeah. You took a left turn there on me. I was going real scary, and you went there.
Oh, well,
All right,
okay.
well, that's okay. Let's meet back up with fan favorite.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
Okay. So this week's fan favorite is the lovely Brittney.
Oh, Brittney has been popping up a bunch on Facebook.
Yes, and I just realized I spelled Brittany's name wrong when I
Oh
reached
my
out to
gosh,
Brittany.
you suck.
It's horrible because it's right there. It like
Yeah.
says Brittany's name, and then I'm like, "Hi, Brittany."
As somebody
It's
who has a
Brittany.
name that's hard to spell, you have no
I know, no
excuse.
excuse. I right now a formal apology. They go by Brittany.
Okay. Mm.
So sorry, Brittany. Anyway, I asked Brittany to be our fan favorite, and Brittany said, "Oh, that's so sweet. I'm actually fostering a puppy from Mutts in a Rut." rescue group in Cleveland.
Oh, Mutts in a Rut. That's so cute.
Isn't that sweet? So I need to tell you this about Brittney before I read that next sentence.
Okay.
Brittney is an author.
Oh.
Of
They posted something about something they wrote.
Yes, and is working on a compilation, or has toyed with the idea of working on a compilation of Cleveland history and ghost stories.
Ooh.
But that's a long ways away. Oh, listen, when you do, please hit us up.
Yeah, and when we go to Cleveland,
We'll sleep
stay
on your
with
couch.
you.
Yeah,
And you'll
exactly.
know all the cool haunts to take us to.
That's
Literal haunts to take us to.
There you go. Thank you so much for letting me be your fan favorite. I'm so excited to hear it. Absolutely, Brittany. You have shown up for us in lots of ways, and we are so excited that you are here
Yeah.
in our little community, in our little group.
And when you get that book together, we'll post
Please.
all about that. We'll
We
blow it
will.
up.
We will. I mean, you could dedicate it to us.
You could totally do that.
I'm teasing.
We don't
Brittany.
ask for much.
We will advertise it for sure.
Yes.
So please reach back out. You're a fan favorite. Once you're a fan favorite, if you have something else that you have worked on and you want us to plug it, send it to me. I'll decide then.
Yeah, there you go. We can't afford to donate every time you get a new cause.
But I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
can definitely promote your what you're working on for
Yeah,
sure.
if we agree with the political views behind it, absolutely.
Oh, that's a really good little disclaimer.
Yep, disclaimer right there.
I'm sure we will with Brittney. They seem very cool.
Yes, Brittney seems amazing. And we both like haunted things.
Absolutely.
And Cleveland, never been, but I'll go.
No, I just think of Drew Carey, but I want to go.
Let's go.
Wasn't that where that show was from?
I guess.
Anyways, we're moving on. Okay. Thank you to everybody who wrote in. Thank you, Brittney, for supporting us on your Facebook posts and always commenting. That really does help so much.
Yes.
If you all want to check out anything about our podcast, please go to www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out about how to become a Patreon. $3 a month or $5 a month are our tiers. We have movie night once a month. If you're listening this week, you just missed it. But, we have those the third Thursday of every month, and we always have a good time. We have our P.O. box there. We have our where you can write in directly from that website, or if we ever have another live event, anything going on there, we'll post it there first. And you can also write us in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. And you can follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, drop in Twitter, TikTok. We do a TikTok every week at least.
You drop in TikTok. I mean, sorry.
Twitter.
You're dropping Twitter. I thought you dropped that a long time ago.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it right now, but I almost said it. I almost said Twitter, and I was like, that's not right.
Right. No.
No,
Gotcha.
we don't do that because we're so woke. I don't know what's going on with Twitter, but I know we're not supposed to like it right now. I was like, I was way in front of that trend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can rate, review, subscribe. That helps us so much. It takes you a couple minutes, and it really boosts our numbers a lot. It gets people out there to listen who have, wouldn't find us otherwise. So please do that. It doesn't take too long, and it's free. So that helps a lot.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Cheerio.
La 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 la.
Okay. You're going to have to say this over again because it doesn't sound cool when you're saying it.
When have I ever tried to be cool, Erin? Ever in my life?
I know, but it's going to sound weird because we stopped. Okay, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I feel like Rue is the master of editing.
Okay, I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
My eyes are so bad. I looked over at your menu for the week. I thought it said snack magic. I was like, what in the hell is snack magic? Snack night. Like, damn, invite me over for that night. I want some snack magic.
Oh.
No, I could think of what that magic would be. Thinking some sort of nachos.
There'd be cheese involved. I know that much.
A lot of cheese.
Cut that out, Rue.
Like, just edit that. Is that like you're like, cut that out, Rue? Like, quit doing. Rue, cut it out.
Pay attention. Cut it out.
Put your phone down. You're getting paid for this, Rue.
No, you're making me hot. I'm gonna have to take off the sweatshirt.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
And this is Jovial?
Jovial.
Oh, and this is Jovial? Rue, edit that part to make me sound smart.
Jovial. And this is Jovial? They're not being tried as an adult?
Shh.
That sounds right to me.
Okay, we'll put that in, Rue.
But if it's wrong, then fix it, Rue. I don't know how.
It's like, how do I put a T in the middle of the word that you said?
Oh.
Now I'm just a bitch.
I'm so sorry. My throat made a weird
Oh my
noise, and I was
gosh.
afraid it
It
picked
sounded
up.
like your throat was talking to me. I was like, what is happening? Jeez
So
Louise.